welcome to Day Drinking with Ace. Today, I am joined by Mia Battle-Welch.
Hey, Erica girl, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
And I'm Erica.
Oh yeah, this is Erica.
Yeah. And I am the social media manager and branding specialist at Ace. And Mia is...
I am an influencer agent at Ace.
Yeah, and we've previously done a pod together. So.
We have. I was thinking today we're like the Parent Trap because me and Erica have the same birthday, so we're like the Parent Trap, and I'm the British twin and you're the American twin.
I never thought about it like
right?
that. That's really great.
That was a great thought I had the other day.
I like that thought. That's a good one because our previous episode was about personal aesthetics. Even they had very different personal aesthetics.
They do. But I have the American aesthetic, like of what's her name, Callie.
Yeah.
And you have the British one.
Yeah. I like that.
You look like you could use a drink.
Anyway, today we are talking about internships.
We are.
Because you were an intern at Ace.
I was.
How did you like it?
I absolutely loved it. I did.
Yeah, so you did an internship and then obviously that has launched your career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I never did an internship ever for various reasons that we will get into.
I never thought I was going to. Because I'm 27.
Yeah, what made you go for an internship?
It was a moment where I was like, I think I need...
Oh, and cheers.
Cheers. I'm drinking a cider today.
And I'm drinking a gin with a Tenzing energy drink. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Yeah, so I think it all started when I was diagnosed with ADHD and started taking ADHD medication.
And that was like a year ago, wasn't it?
About a year ago.
Yeah.
Because before that, I was applying to jobs that I wanted to do, but didn't have any experience. And I was just kind of like, fuck it, let's kind of see what happens.
To be fair, it's really hard doing that.
Yeah.
Really
it didn't work out, obviously. Ended up working at Blank Street, which was fun, but obviously didn't want to do that forever. And my medication kind of made me slow down, take a step back, know that things aren't going to happen like that, and just kind of work a little bit for my future. And I never really had that brain capacity before. So it was really funny, actually, because I got contacted by a company on LinkedIn because I do stand-up.
Yeah.
And I was contacted by a talent agent company asking if I wanted to apply for a talent agent job for comedians.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh my gosh, why have I never thought about being a talent agent before?
Yeah.
Like, this sounds incredible. Obviously I didn't get it because I just do comedy and didn't do the talents thing. But it had planted that little seed in my mind that I wanted to look at talent agencies. So then I found Ace, and then I found the internship, and I was like, brilliant, I can work my coffee shop job and do this for 3 months. And even if nothing comes out of it from this company, I still have the experience. And then, it all worked out very nicely.
What platform did you find it on? Because obviously I found Ace randomly as well when I was applying for jobs.
Yeah.
So what platform did you find it on?
I think it was LinkedIn. No, it was Indeed.
See, I found it on Google and then I applied through Indeed.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
But what's interesting is, so you were working at Blank Street, obviously, and then you decided, that you wanted to try something.
Yeah.
Looked for an internship. Well, you applied to some positions, I'm sure, that were paid, and then
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you know this, but when I moved over here, I worked in consulting basically for small businesses and stuff, teaching them social media.
Yeah.
Then I was like, this is exhausting trying to get clients. Like, it is too much. And so then I wanted to actually go work in-house for a company. It was impossible. I applied everywhere. And then finally, I ended up taking a job with Lounge because they were opening their first store.
Mm.
And what I envisioned originally when I took that job was that I would go in there, I'd get an interview face-to-face, I would meet all the people that were important. It was their first store, which meant I could probably help out with their social media for anything, any content in the store and things like that.
Yeah.
And that basically from there, ideally, I would work for Lounge in their social media in their head office or something. That was my OG plan.
Yeah.
So I kind of went that route, and then I hated it so much because my boss was not great. And then I quit on a whim, and I was like, right, I'm not taking anything until I get a job that I want. And then I applied to jobs for like 3 months basically. But I even applied for some influencer manager roles for a company that they're based in Hammersmith, I think. But I applied for like multiple roles at some companies even. And I never even considered working for an influencer agency until I started seeing some of those positions pop up. And I was like, ooh, actually, I was like, this makes sense. I used to be a creator. This would be a natural fit.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you don't even know that like your ideal job exists. Like I didn't before I even got
Do you think this
contacted.
is your ideal job?
For sure, because I'm so chronically online. It's actually ridiculous. I had someone at my old work, I think I said like a random fun fact. My friend turned around to me and was like, Mia, you are so online. It's actually ridiculous. Like turn off your phone, go and touch some grass. I'm like, well, can I bring my phone so I can take some content when I'm on the field? Kind of thing.
But you're so good on social media as well. You are so watchable.
I absolutely love it. And do you know what? I did try and go down that route. I think some people have it in them.
We both have,
more than others for sure. Like I've had a few like viral videos, but they're kind of very situational. So I like the longevity on my account isn't really there, and that's kind of okay.
Yeah.
And before I started being an influence agent, I was like, oh, like, am I going to be able to like? Do I know enough? Am I going to be all right? As soon as I started, I was like, well, I've been watching YouTube since I came out of the womb, so I've known like every single campaign, every single like beauty brand in the States and everything, and it just like I already knew everything. I just needed to learn like the systems that we use, kind of thing.
So obviously you're 27, we're the same age.
We are.
So what did you ever do any internships before this? So
no internship.
So what sort of, if you don't mind me asking, what career path did you originally envision for yourself? And how did you think you might get there?
So many.
Back in the day.
Obviously, when I was little, I wanted to be Hannah Montana, world famous singer, dancer, actress.
I did as well.
I tried to be an actor for a really long time. Didn't love the industry and how you kind of had to wait to like perform. You couldn't just like do it, kind of thing. And then I moved to London, went to uni here, and was kind of like, I never really have been very like career focused because I was kind of focused on more doing stand up and acting and finding like a job on the side.
I mean, that is still career though.
For sure. I just didn't
that was what you envisioned your career being.
Yeah. And hopefully in like 10, 20 years, I will be doing stand up full time. But as I got older, I was like, I want to find like a career that I love as much as stand up. And like, I didn't really know that it existed. So I was a nanny for a long time.
Yeah.
But that was just so physically and mentally exhausting that it just didn't give me time to do the things that I love outside of work, because I think hobbies are so important.
Yeah. Right.
So you do need to find something that like aligns with that, because I feel like when all your cups in your life are filled, then you do so much better like in all aspects of your life.
So what was it intimidating to you to like apply for an internship at 27? Because I mean 27 is young, but you know, like there's so many people out there, and like I mean I experienced this as well. It's very much like it's a difficult age, and you're like 26, 27. Well, you were 26 at the time, but it's a hard at an age where you feel like everybody else has literally had their career for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, am I behind? Like, why don't I know my thing yet? Why have I not found it? Why have I not found my place yet? So like, was it difficult for you to
for sure
get over that?
I was in a position at Blank Street though where I was the oldest, so I was kind of already in that headspace of how long am I going to be here? I am the oldest. Like, there's nothing against that, but I just was like, how am I going to move out of this? So yeah, it was.
I mean, you're still basically almost the oldest age.
Oh my gosh, I am. I'm the second oldest.
You and I are tied for second oldest. You never thought about that?
No, I have. I'm older than you though by 44 minutes.
By 44 minutes, okay, fine. You're the second oldest.
Thank you. Mentally though, you are older than me.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think we're pretty much on the same track. You didn't meet me.
That's a big one.
And me from a year ago. You didn't know her.
That's
me from
true.
2 years ago.
That's true, actually.
I feel like when you end up in like a position that makes you happy and that feels very you, then I feel like you do kind of not necessarily grow up. I think you just become maybe the most put together version of yourself.
That's very true.
Because I feel like you're already so much. Well, not that you weren't put together before, but I feel like I can tell over the past couple of months and stuff, you seem so much more like yourself and happy and like self-assured.
It's really funny to look through like the old TikToks that we used to do.
Yeah.
And like how, because I like shapeshift every like 4 months, different haircut, different style and stuff. So watching those and just like how I speak, how I hold myself, like, because it was a whole new environment for me. Like the only other office job that I've done was life insurance during a global pandemic, which I would not recommend doing. That was with
I never had an office job ever.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember though sitting in Blank Street being like, I just want to work in a girly pop office. Like, I love the office vibes.
I wanted to work in an office as well.
But then I was like, what is that job? Where is it? And I found it remarkably.
So you wanted to work with like women and stuff?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know there's that whole thing on TikTok of like the girls in the office and how they dress and stuff. Like I did
You wanted to be an office siren.
Office girly. Yeah. And also just like with my other hobbies, my hobbies and stuff and like stand up, I wanted a bit of like security with like my work hours.
And material.
And material, exactly. I just wanted a little bit more stability. So I was like, I'm 20. How old was I? Yeah, I was 26. I'm 26. Let's see where this goes. And I think I'm such an advocate for your 20s being a time where you can start again so many times. Nothing's holding you down. Most people haven't bought a house. No, like kids, things like that.
Yeah.
Like this is the time for you to reset. Like change yourself, move to the other side of the world. If it doesn't work, go back. Like that's what your 20s are about. So I was always like, if this doesn't work out, let's try something else. You know? And like
that is such a great mindset to have.
Thanks. I think because I've had so many years of being undiagnosed with ADHD. Like I've lived so many lives.
Yeah.
So many lives. So I've so many lives.
Yeah, I feel like I've lived so many lives. I'm like,
but I think that like that is what your 20s are about, you know.
I agree. My mom always told me that your 20s are to be single, but I disagree. I feel like your 20s are about having so many different chapters.
Yeah.
And those different chapters, they could be very different. You will end up in the one that you're supposed to be in. You know what I mean? And even if it's not, even if it feels like it is the one you're supposed to be in at the time, who knows? It could change tomorrow. But I like this chapter. This is the chapter I want to stay in.
I'm liking this chapter, Erica. I'm liking this one. This is going to be a long chapter.
This is going to be a long chapter. Okay, good. That means you're going to be in the chapter with me.
Yes, it's going to be our long chapter as twins.
So, like, what would you say to people that, I guess, maybe are at a crossroads in their lives, right? Maybe they have a passion, but they realize that's not a viable career necessarily right now. What would you say to somebody that is trying to find an industry to get an internship in?
I think it's very important to like sit down with yourself, write down a list of things that you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Take every single opportunity, because most of my experience from where I am now that got me like here was just things that I really liked. Like,
I love that you say that, because I had a whole chapter in my life where I decided I would just say yes to everything.
yeah, I
And
think
I
that's
feel like
really important.
doing that really does let you expand your horizons and figure out like what you do,
Yeah,
like what you're interested in. It lets you take fun
definitely.
leaps.
Yeah, because you never know where it's going to lead you. Like,
Yeah.
I've started doing more like singing gigs and things like that. And
Singing gigs.
yeah, I'm going to Norway next week. I'm doing an ABBA gig. Me and my best friend are going.
What?
Yeah.
Why was I not invited? I want to
You
see
can
you
go.
sing in Norway. Oh my god.
But
You
I
kept this real quiet from the office.
really, that is unlike me.
I feel like we should come dressed as ABBA for the office for
We should.
Halloween. And we should come in with like mics. Oh, we could use these actually. And we could have Anastasia put the track on. We can come in and
super. That would be brilliant.
I think we should do that.
I need to get the practice in. But just like, you never know where these random little adventures are going to take you. And like, even me posting on TikTok, like, I just loved it and it was fun. And now, like, watching YouTube and stuff, and I don't know.
And you even got what? You got cat food or something?
I got cat food. I got like some Alessi stuff once. Like, before I even knew like how the industry worked, I was like, why on earth am I getting sent this? Like, how did you find me? Who sent you?
And even that's a little chapter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big advocate for just trying tiny little things, and even just like helping with. I'm a showrunner at a comedy night sometimes, and learning like that little techie thing, and just like, I don't know, just trying
a lot of things.
everything, seeing what you like, because you never know what's going to be the one that's going to take you. Wait, what ladder are you going to get higher up, you know?
Yeah, no, I completely agree on that. And I mean, yeah, I guess the only difference for me was basically I went work, because obviously I tried, applying to jobs, and I moved here and everything, and I was like, oh, it's just not going to work.
You had a struggle, didn't you, with finding a
I
job?
had such a struggle, like really, really hard. But the one thing that I had going for me is that like I believed in my skills.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know what, fine. Nobody wants me. Fine. Yeah. I'm gonna sell myself, like freelance and everything. I'm going to make money, approaching businesses and everything. And, that was fine for a while. But then I feel like me going to lounge was in a way like I was trying a different angle. I wasn't giving up on myself. I was pivoting to try a new angle. And I feel like in a weird way where you and I differ is I basically, along my lines of self-exploration and chapters, I kind of always knew in a weird way once I started posting on social media, I knew that social media made sense to me. Yeah. I just needed to find my way, like where I fit in with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And so I left lounge and I was like, this just isn't going anywhere. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not good. I literally told myself, I was like, you are not going to accept a position. You are not going to do anything unless you get a job in marketing, content creation, social media. But actually the opposite of you, I didn't want to work in a girly pop office. I actually usually traditionally did not want to work with women necessarily, because I just had bad experiences. So I wanted to work with men, and I actually got a job offer at a marketing agency with men, same time as I got a job offer from Ace. And I was like, oh, you know what? This is my karma, I think. I was like, go with the female-led team. And I honestly, I love it. Yeah. And I think that one of the great things about like moving to London, like you said, like new chapters of your life is like this chapter has taught me like, women are great. Like we are fun.
For sure.
Like there are so many positives, and I'm really glad that like I kind of not took a shot, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like that I was open-minded enough, and I feel like a lot of people, and what we have in common that I think is really great, such a great quality in you, is that we're 27, but both of us have a very open-minded outlook on life, on ourselves, and on others. And I think that's really beautiful. Yeah.
Look at us.
And I love that you went ahead and you were like, yeah, I'm going to take an internship. And I love that you took the time to, get diagnosed with your ADHD and you took it seriously. And then once you had that under control, you were like, I can do more. Like, that's a lot.
It felt like before I was taking medication for it, I was doing a lot of like cramming and trying everything to happen like now. But now that I've taken my time and slowed down, like it's gone the other way, and now I can do more. Because who knows where I would be now? I'd probably still be like a nanny or like working in a coffee shop or something that's not very like career progressive kind of thing. So yeah, it's been really good. And I think with the internship kind of thing, I was like, well, I'm going to try my best to get hired after the internship. But if not, then I've just got free experience.
And in a weird way as well, one thing I will have to say is I think actually if you are somebody that's like in your late 20s and you apply for an internship, like I know a lot of people apply to internships when they're in their early 20s. And I feel like what everybody listening and watching could take away from this as well is that if you were in your late 20s, that's actually maybe one of the best times to do an internship.
I completely agree.
Because you've got that life experience. So if you do an internship, right, and everybody else is younger than you, as long as you perform, you're going to get a job because you have life experience. They know that you've taken it seriously. Like, they know that, you know, it matters to you.
And even if I feel like if I did the internship in my early 20s, then I wouldn't have done my best. Like, through no fault of my own. Like, I just couldn't. Like, I was too manic. Like, I'm glad.
And that's the problem with being in your early 20s.
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm glad that my early 20s were manic and fun and stuff, because it meant that, like, everything kind of just, like, makes sense. It happens for a reason. Because I moved to London, worked at Joe and the Juice, made, like, the best friends in the world. Now I have those friends, like, and now I'm like, okay, now it's time to focus on my career. And now it's like friends tick, job tick, like stand-up tick. It's kind of like, it doesn't all have to happen at once.
It doesn't all have to happen at once. Yeah, that is so nice. So if you were to give people, like, what are your maybe 3 tips for making sure that you secure an internship that you want, right? Because I'm sure that you probably did some things that you're like, you know, this is how I did it, even though I have absolutely no experience in this at all.
Yeah, I think being yourself, as cliche and cringy as it sounds, is very important. Like I was saying to everyone, like I'm quite a shy person, and just I hide it so well. Like it's more effort to kind of like act like my normal self.
It's okay. Give it 3 months, and then you'll be like me. I used to say I'm a shy person. Give it 3 months, and then
like don't be afraid to be yourself, because I think obviously even like with getting a job, it's kind of like the same thing. People, like your skills and stuff obviously matter, but at the end of the day, people want to work with people that they like. So just like be yourself and be comfortable and natural, that kind of thing.
Whatever feels authentic to you.
What sparks joy? What feels authentic? Second tip, I would say, especially in like the kind of creative industries that we're kind of in, you don't realize what kind of skills that you just have.
Amen.
Do you know
to
what
that.
I mean?
You are so right on that. You were so right.
Because I remember in my last year of uni, we were taught to like write a CV, but I did drama at uni, and we were like, what on earth do I write? And it's like, well, that one time when you directed something, that one time where you did the lights, that one time, like it doesn't have to be your skills on your CV, and that you tell like an employer don't have to be from a job. It's just like things you can do.
You were so right.
You know? And the third one, LinkedIn is great. I love a bit of LinkedIn. It builds personal relationships before you've even met people. It's It's kind of like a For You page in a way.
And you never know who you're going to meet on
You
it.
never know. And I
got invited to a techno gym event the other day on LinkedIn.
You never know. Like, I wouldn't be sat at this table this day if it weren't for LinkedIn, because it's kind of like a CV, and you can like update it whenever you want. Like, as you said, CVs are like very outdated and stuff. So you can get down weird little rabbit holes on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And find jobs that you never even knew existed, you know? So
yeah, and actually my freelance content creation job that I got that on LinkedIn. It was posted because I was just constantly refreshing LinkedIn. It was posted and I applied to it maybe 35 minutes after it had been posted. And she DM'd me quite quickly. And that was just instant. But yeah, LinkedIn really is,
for sure.
It's great.
Yeah, it's a great way to like put yourself forward for like a lot of things as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that is a great note to end on. And
Absolutely.
I just want to say, Mia, I am so proud of you.
Thanks,
I think you're doing so great.
Thank you.
I love having you on the team.
Oh,
It's so nice.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's been so lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah, let's juice that.
Cheers.
You look like you could use a drink.